All right. Welcome everybody to another Saturday night tech fight. I am your host for the evening, Mr. Tech King Mike. Thank you for being here with me this evening. We have a very, very, very interesting fight this evening. I'm gonna be completely honest. I have no idea how this is gonna go. This is gonna be pretty interesting. We have two people who have never debated each other on stream. One of them has been on the stream before, but the other has never been on before. And as it currently stands, one of them is not here. So we are going to see how this goes because they are not here. But I'm going to go ahead and bring in all of my judges for the evening that are here and have so graciously given me their time. First and foremost, I want to give a huge special shout out to this individual right here. Shout out to Technically Speaking. Normally is always a sitting judge, but decided I wanted him to be able to enjoy a night off. So shout out to Scott Peachy. Hope you enjoy your night off, sir. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my first judge of the evening. Now, you guys saw him last week on the tech fight with Ike's Tech Talk and Galen's Gadgets. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, welcome from the Black Lab, Barry Johnson. Welcome, Barry.
What's up?
Oh, man, I can't call it. I just might spoil it. We're going to have us a good night tonight.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Now, I'm going to bring in another judge of the evening, guys. This is his first time ever judging. Now, normally you have to debate in a tech fight before you can judge a tech fight, but I let him slide on this one because I don't know how he'd be in a debate. I kind of feel like he might go both ways, so I'm not really sure. Not really sure, so I think he might be more fit to be a judge. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream for the first time, Wayne Train.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up, man?
Good
to see you.
What up, Wayne Train?
Yes, sir.
And as always, folks, the description will be reset by the end of the stream. I will have a link to everyone's channels down below, so make sure you go subscribe to everyone. Check out all these awesome content creators that are going to be on this evening. Now, introducing my special guest judge of the evening. When this gentleman volunteered to judge this stream, I was elated because I was like, this is going to be hilarious for him to be one of the judges for this stream. You guys have seen him on before, and he is one of the most technical, to-the-point judges that you can have. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream, Mr. Juan Bagnell.
Yes.
Some gadget guy.
Yes, I had my mic muted. There we go. It's going to be carnage, and I'm here for it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
If you guys didn't know he had that pen in his hand, he is ready. He is ready.
Yeah, it's going to go.
All right, so now, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to, before I bring him in, I want everyone in here who has Twitter, please go and tag. I'm going to put the handle in the chat so everyone can tag.
I've already DM'd him.
Okay, I DM'd him too.
And so, Slang and El Jefe, if you have his number, call him.
He dropped a comment on one of my videos this morning. So, I mean, like, he was around the internet.
Let's see here. I'm going to go on ahead and share. What is it? Acceptings. All right, folks. So this is how this is going to go down. I'm going to put this in the chat, right? I want everyone to go on Twitter and take this hashtag, right? Or take that app right there and blow this man up. Because his opponent is here. His opponent is backstage, but he is nowhere to be found. So this is how this is going to go.
Now, Scott's saying though, if we need him to, he'll jump in there. You know, like he's got a steel chair at the ready to jump into the ring if needs be.
Scott, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. We're 6 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna give it till 8:45. Get your mic ready.
Warm it up, Scott.
Yeah, if you don't mind jumping in, go on and get your mic ready, and we'll do what we need to do. But yeah, so I'm gonna introduce the opponent of the evening, and this guy. Now, how do I give this man a proper introduction? Can you give him a proper introduction? I don't know. I feel like there's only one way to truly describe this guy. He's off the wall. He's the governor of Swampland.
Yes.
He's a savage, and he's a scientist.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, savage scientist.
Oh, Lord. Oh, thank God he's there. Okay. Nice, Savage.
I thought he was going to do his intro.
I thought he was gone. I thought he was gone.
Do his intro. I was ready for it. All right. So
y'all already know who this is.
Yeah, man. Savage, it's good to see you, sir. Thank you for showing up.
What up? What up, man? I told y'all Septian wasn't coming for this destruction, man.
You're just a little low, Savage.
Yeah,
bro.
you're a little low,
low.
buddy.
I told y'all Septian wasn't ready for this.
Still a little low.
You got closer to the mic and then you started talking quieter.
Yeah. So how they sound? I can hear
That's
myself
good.
pretty good.
Yeah,
That's better.
it's good for like during the round, but when you start to debate, it's
You're gonna have to turn it up.
you're gonna have to turn it up.
Yeah. Oh,
It's not about sound quality; it's about being heard right now.
Yeah.
well, I don't have to
Thanks,
worry
PG.
about that. Now I look like old Septian.
Oh, you might have to worry about
you
it.
know, no.
Yeah, you might be going through something right
Yeah,
now.
there's someone getting ready for you.
Yeah,
If
I
Septian
mean,
don't
like,
show.
you're actually trading up in a lot of this because Scott's been around this
Yeah.
debate
Yeah.
circuit, so that's
All
not
right,
going to be a
so-
cakewalk either.
You're going
So
from
what
fighting
about
an amateur
just
to fighting
generate
a
new
professional.
questions then? Because it wouldn't
Now
be
we're
fair.
gonna keep the questions.
Oh,
No.
he's ready.
Man.
Yeah, Scott ready for those.
Scott could do this on the fly.
Off
I
the
mean,
top,
Yeah.
All right,
You'll have an
well.
advantage in that, Savage. You'll be good. You'll have an advantage
All right.
in that, so you're good. So yeah, so this is like I said, folks. This is how this is gonna go down. We're gonna just kind of chop it up for about 5 minutes or so, and if Septian does not show, then this is how I'm gonna
we
do
officially we got it on a 5-minute timer. Is that where we're at?
it. Yes, I am officially on a 5-minute
Dag.
timer.
You know what we could do, just in case if Scott can jump in, we probably should shoot him the questions. You guys want me to try and DM him or something?
I can shoot them to him, or if you guys want to
Okay.
send them to him too, that's fine.
You got him. You got him
Where my
one.
cell phone at?
I'll get him.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then if you want to, Juan, you can also send Scott the link as well. So yeah, so we are on a timer. So this is how this is going to go down. Now, Savage, you will have to defend yourself against Scott if Scott is able to step in. But as far as you and Septian is concerned, you will be winner by default. So you'll be winner by default by no show. So so you can take those bragging rights and you can take that and run with it and bury that in his face as much as you want to.
Yeah, exactly.
You will be
Hey,
winner by
I
default.
already said that on a week ago. He wasn't ready.
Wasn't
Now,
ready.
While we're
Predicted
here,
it. Prediction just like weather.
Well, while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and go over some rules while we're waiting. So here's the thing. So the first things first, this is a family show, right? This is a family show. So I know it may be hard to keep the language to a minimum, but I need everybody to please keep the language to a minimum. Scott, this goes for you as well. I know you ain't going to be like that, but I know when Scott gets fired up, he gets fired up. So I need everyone to please keep the language to a minimum. I understand if a word slips, I got it. But if you get to, mother flying it off, I will do one of these right here expeditiously. So
why you have to demonstrate with me, bro?
because
You're a
know
contestant.
saying mother.
Man, I got to be the guinea pig already, bro.
I mean, I've seen some of your streams, Savage.
Man.
They don't call you Savage for nothing, all right? They don't call you Savage.
You've earned your
You know
your
what?
moniker.
I wonder, can I change my name so I could put that inequality face in the savage? I'm more savage than scientist, so yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Now, of course, Scott knows the rules, but Savage, what'll happen is once we figure out I was about to curse my doggone self. Once we figure out who you're going to be debating, you'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds to argue your side of the question, and then you'll have 1 minute to go back and forth with this person. After that, that's it. All three of the judges will decide who they think made the better argument, and we will go from there. So that's pretty much it. Now, at this point, folks, everybody in the chat, I hope y'all are having a good night tonight. There are some prizes on the table. I will announce those at the end of the stream. I will announce at the end the prizes. Shout out to a certain individual in the chat for putting those up. But aside from that, fellas, we got 2 minutes and 15 seconds before a technical knockout is given. So anybody think Septian is gonna show up?
There was so much crazy shenanigans that I was expecting. I honestly did not think we would be coming down to a minute here.
Yeah,
I felt like the lead up to this, I felt it was a lock.
I heard the beat backstage. I thought it was him, but it's oh man,
It's peachy.
I'm not even disappointed that it's Scott. I just in my mind I was like, Septian.
Savage heart. Was your heart beating a little bit?
Oh man.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
What up,
Scott.
Peachy? What
What's
up,
up, y'all?
Man,
What's up, y'all?
What's going
Chilling.
on?
You didn't.
Hey, it was
You thought you had the
supposed to be
night
night off,
off.
man.
I thought
You
I was
know,
supposed to take the night off. Supposed to take the
It's
night
supposed
off.
to be
See
a night
how
off,
this works.
Scott.
You know what? Whether or not you win this debate, you're the hero, man.
Facts.
You're
Hey,
stepping
you saved
up.
it.
Hey.
Yeah.
He's not the
Look
hero
at this.
we deserve.
Juan, I
He's
know
the
you
hero
sent me
we
the
needed.
I know you sent me the questions. I looked at the first one and I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this live. We're gonna do this live.
Doing it live.
Doing it live. Haven't you
Now,
guys
I
know,
feel
I'm a
in the
prepper, too.
interest of sportsmanship, because Scott's coming in just seeing the questions now, that he should get first pick. If anyone would join me on that
I think
as a
Savage
motion.
agree. I think Savage is agreeing with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah, Gigi, they sigh. So, but it's all right though. We still gonna make this thing do what it do. We're still gonna make it do what it does. I'm just Septian, man. I'm sorry. You broke my heart, Septian. You broke my heart.
Hey,
No show.
But Savage, you are. If anything, I'm gonna go even with you and Scott's debate. I think Scott will agree with me in saying, Savage, you are the real winner tonight, just for the simple fact that you showed
100%
up.
agree.
So you are the
100%.
real winner
All right.
just because you showed up. And folks, it is 8:45. We are about 13 minutes and some change into the stream, but we're gonna go ahead and move on, man. So
Savage, man. I mean, in every single chat that I'm gonna be lurking in, if there's any smack talking back and forth, I feel you've got the crown. I mean,
Yes.
it's like
All right.
that just happened
Hey, so I guess-
right now.
I guess I put a little more value with this.
yeah.
There you go. Where's the problem?
No. Hold it back up, Savage. Hold it
Yeah,
back
wear
up.
it up. Throw
Hold
it
it
up.
back up.
Hey, this is how you add value.
There you go. There you
Chance
go.
is here.
Value added.
So, all right, folks. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead. Yeah, man. No call, no show. Look at LB came in and said what happened to no show. All right, so I'm not gonna be the one to tell everybody to go after Septian, but a lot of us in the chat and a lot of us watching frequent some of the same streams and platforms that Septian does. So if you see him in the chat, that's on you. How you respond to that? I'm not instigating nothing, because that ain't what I'm here to do. But we're gonna go ahead and get on into it. So. Like I said, guys, this is how this is going to go. Scott, obviously, Savage, you just heard me say it, but one more time for people who may just be joining us after the heartbreaking no show that we just experienced. 1 minute and a half for each individual. That's how long you guys are going to get to go to do your side of the question. You must argue a yes or a no, or a this or a that. At no point in your argument can you agree with your opponent. If you agree with your opponent, that is an instant done. That means you lost that round. All 3 points from the judges will go to your opponent. You guys will get 1 minute to go back and forth. If you don't use the full 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll add that to the back and forth time. So let's say you only use 45 seconds to do your side of it, then I'll add that 45 to the back and forth. Savage, obviously we were working with you before stream, and I'm going to say it again. Audio is key. So make sure when it comes time for that back and forth, don't be afraid to grab that mic and do like this.
Boom.
Okay? Don't be afraid to do like that, because at the end of the day, you could have a better argument than Scott, but if we can't hear you, we can't hear you. And I'm not a judge. I'm just speaking for these gentlemen. So I'm just going to say that and leave that there. So if everybody has any questions, or if everybody's on the same page, if I can get a nod from everybody, we're going to go on and move on. Everybody good? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our first question of the evening. Which is more important in a smartphone, camera or battery? Which is more important in a smartphone, camera or battery? It's 2022. We have phones like the iPhone 13 Pro Max that can last you for God knows how long, depending on how you use it. We got phones like the S22 Ultra, the Vivo X70 Pro Plus. We have all these phones with multiple cameras on the back of them. But what is more important to consumers, battery or camera? So, Savage, what do you think? Camera or battery?
I say I'm gonna go with battery.
Okay. So, Scott, that means you'll go with camera. All right, gentlemen, when I make you big, I'm just going to demonstrate. When I do this, that means your time has started. When I do this, it means it's ended. If you go over, I'll cut you. I will politely do this right here. So, now that everybody's on the same page, Savage, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to argue why
I thought we was letting Scott go first.
No. You're going first.
All right.
Yeah. You're going first because you showed up tonight. So you get
All
to
right.
start this thing off. So
All right.
we got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
Well, I'll just start off with you can't even use the phone to take a picture without having a battery. I mean, so that's to show you how important battery is. I mean, that's power to the whole device. Another thing that's important is, you have stuff like, battery optimization that could also affect the way these phones working. So, I mean, so let's look at some things like you have, I forgot what I wanted to say there. All right. So you have better battery management stuff and better battery management tools available that allows you to get even more from your battery. And then they have emerging battery technology like graphene batteries. Batteries came a long way. I remember back in the day whenever we had you had a 700 milliamp battery. 70 milliamp battery, but now we having things that's just 4,000 milliamp batteries. So, even though they put these real good cameras in there, you still have the issue with batteries not being looked at as important as it is, and then we have fast charging, wireless charging. You have all types of different charging technologies. So, and then we're looking at the fact that batteries charge faster because they're putting more cells in these batteries.
All right. Scott.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
All right. Also, just once again, I'm saying this again. I'm probably going to say this multiple times tonight. Thank you, Scott.
Oh, of course,
Thank
dude. Come on, man.
Thank you.
You know that. I was definitely going to watch. I was like, oh, no, we can't have this.
Like I said, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Your time starts now, brother.
Camera is by far the most important. As a scientist just said, who cares about having to worry about your battery when you have fast charging available? The new Oppo phones I think it's Oppo that just came out. So you can do basically 0 to 50 in about 5 minutes. So the average user is not really going to care too much about it. A long time ago on my show, I actually had some very average consumers because they were my sisters and I love them to death, but they are about as tech stupid as you can possibly get. When I asked them, what's the first thing that you think about when you buy a phone, outside of the fact that price was the very first one, they said cameras. And why? Because they have dogs, they have children, they have sports, they have pets, they have everything that they have to capture these memories. If you look and see every single time I went to a play last night at a middle school, and what was one of the things that they're using the most? Definitely wasn't the battery. They weren't pointing the battery at all those people when they were actually trying to capture an image or a moment. They were using the cameras on it. And as somebody mentioned in one of the comments, they had mentioned in the mid-range photos or mid-range phones, those photos have gotten so much better when you have prices in the 4A, the 3A, where you can capture memories and win awards with some of these things. You're not winning awards with the battery. You're winning awards with the camera. That's why the camera is by far the most important thing when it comes to the phone outside of the price. But that has nothing to do with the fact of, again, the battery being out there. Battery is a several distance when it comes to the cameras to the average consumer.
All right. You guys used all of your time. So that means you guys will only have 1 minute even to do your back and forth. So with that being said, gentlemen, your 1 minute begins now.
Mr. Savage, you talked all about the graphene, battery. It has nothing to do with it. Those things aren't actually in the cameras or in the phones right now. Has everything
it might not
to
be
do
in the
with
cameras,
camera.
in the phones right now, but at the
It's
end of
not
the
in
day,
there now.
whenever you get ready to snap a picture, what's going to happen when that battery dies?
When you snap a picture,
oh, here
you
we
don't have
go.
to
We're
worry
trying to
about
take
the
a
fact-
picture of a UFO. Boom, my battery just died. So
UFO. We're
what you
talking
going to
about
be doing?
UFOs
Taking a
now. I guess
picture.
we're
You're going to be
talk
taking a
about that, but
picture.
you don't hold the battery up.
Taking a
when
picture
you're
of a
capturing
black
moment.
screen. Yeah. So right now, I mean,
you're not doing that
hey,
when you
when
actually
your
hold
lights
up
go
the
out at
battery.
your home right now, what you going to do with that beautiful A7
When I
IV, whatever
fast
you have.
when I
You-
fast
it
charge
work,
it, when I fast charge it, it absolutely works.
yeah,
totally
fast
just fine.
charging it. Yeah, fast charging meaning that you're
gonna
doing
work.
something
That's
to
why
the
the battery life has nothing to do
And
with it. It has
all
everything to do
phones
with
have
the camera.
cameras in it, so
And
the
that's
fact
why
that
it's
all
the most
phones
important
have
feature.
cameras,
That's exactly
that
why
won't
it's the
even
most
do
important
anything
feature when it comes to
to
that. It has
help
nothing
you
to do with the
take
battery. It has
I
everything to do with capturing
because
the moment.
that battery is what makes it so you have a phone. I mean,
I can
'cause
fast
you
charge that
can't-
battery. That's
you-
not the most important feature.
I could
The
go get an
fast charging has
A7
nothing
III
to
if
do
I
with
want a
that.
camera.
All right. All right.
I'm really glad you turned up your mic. I was really excited about that.
All right.
Yeah, I just got a little closer.
It's all right, good.
No.
It's all
Hey,
good.
that's all. That's all you got to do. All right. Now let me go
All
on
right.
ahead and pull my notes up right here. Pull my little notepad up, and we will start. You know what? We're going to get him out of the way. Wayne.
The wine trying.
I hate how you
Wayne
said it
Train.
like that. We just get him out of the way.
Well, just for this one, I'm gonna mess with you. I got 4 more.
I know.
questions to mess
I
with
know.
you.
I'm gonna go with Peachy on this one.
All right. Juan, who do you have for this one?
I gotta go, Scott.
All right. And
Man.
Barry, who do you have? You're muted, Barry.
I have Peachy on this. I mean, yeah, Peachy on this one. What happened, Savage, when you started doing fast charging, you didn't really explain it like the first round. You kind of threw it out there, and that kind of left it open for Scott to kind of take it against you.
Yeah.
Are we giving notes? Because I got a lot of notes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
No. If you want to wait till
Hey.
the end, Juan, that's fine. It's up to you.
My question.
I'll wait till the end.
Hey,
I
my
got a whole
responses
page.
were optimized for Septian though.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next question. Let's go to the next question of the evening. First and foremost, I see good God. All right.
Hit that one, brother. You gotta hit that one.
Kevin.
That's cuss word they right there.
Oh man. God damn. Thank you, Kevin, for the super
Man.
chat, my friend. Thank you, sir. Kevin, the Tech Ninja, ladies and gentlemen, says, love what you do. Can't wait until it's my turn.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I should've read the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
part.
You didn't know he was gonna say it. You weren't expecting that.
This is a family show. Now, y'all was about to have me off and stuff. Oh man, but Kevin, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you.
I mean,
Thank
Kevin talking about making some families over
Right.
here.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
you. We are still reeling from the 4 months. we are nowhere near that right now. All right, let's move on to the next question. So, all right, I tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and just go straight down the list. Next question of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is: should Samsung allow their devices to run without throttle? Now, I may have used the wrong word. It could have been throttling, but for context behind this question, Samsung's in hot water. You know, they're in hot water lately, and it's about them throttling their devices. So, guys, the question is: should Samsung allow their devices to run without throttling? Now, Scott, you won that round. So, which side do you say, yes or no?
I'm gonna say. They say should Samsung allow their. Yes, they should run without throttle.
Okay. All right. So, Savage, that means you will say no, they should not allow their devices to run without being throttled. That's probably what I should have put. I should have put it to run without being throttled. Let me fix that.
I need more double negatives. Should Samsung not allow you to don't run without no throttling?
So
And I
am
feel like that would
arguing
be a
that-
little clearer.
Actually, yeah, throw one yes and I just destroyed the whole thing.
I feel like we're gonna debate the sentence structure of the
Yeah.
question.
For full
That's-
context, I typed these up while I was holding the baby, so I'm sorry. So, let's put it back up here.
Oh,
Let's see if
yeah.
this is better.
There
Should
we go.
Samsung allow their devices to run without being throttled? There
Yes,
we
they
go.
should run without being throttled.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Scott says yes, they should. Savage will say no, they shouldn't. So Scott, you
Yep.
have 1 minute and 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
They should absolutely let them run exactly how they're intended to do. And here is the reason why. For first and foremost, the idea is like these things have extremely powerful chips, extremely powerful internals inside of them. Ultimately, what they have to do is they have to make the choice of whether if they're putting the internals into them, everything that they have, they have to get down to a certain point of standing by the components that they put inside of the phones. Now, allowing them to kind of run freewheel can actually show the power that Samsung has and actually can start to dominate the market to show how much more powerful they are over something, say, like a Google Pixel 6 Pro or a Google Pixel 6 or anything like that. They have the opportunity to really dominate in the Android space, but they're not actually dominating in the Android space because they're actually artificially holding themselves back when they don't actually need to. Now, the idea is like I can actually do some 4K rendering, even sometimes 8K rendering on it, and I could do that at some impressive speeds. But outside of that, they can actually get the full component. If the average consumer is going to just do normal social media apps and Instagrams and things like that, they can actually start to showcase the photography, computational photography behind that to actually showcase how fast they can actually do the computational photography and really showcase to the average consumer about how much further they're ahead. But again, with them artificially without them letting them run full gamut all the way through, it's actually just showing you just how powerful Samsung actually can be.
All right. Savage, you know the side you're arguing?
I'm already ready.
Let's do this. Go ahead.
So I would start off by saying, if you allowing throttling, that means they have a reason for it. I would say since Samsung is actually working with two different chips. I mean, they have the Exynos processor and they're using Snapdragon. So sometimes, throttling will make it so they are in control of the way these benchmarks are set. So they writing code, or they setting up for two chips. So it's just to have it so everything is the same. And another thing is, just looking at the throttling aspect of it, that's just making it so the phone is more manageable. And if you allow throttling, then that means that you could potentially overheat the phone. You could kill a processor. There's a lot of different things that could happen by allowing throttling. So sometimes you're gonna bust up your warranty by even trying to throttle or allow overclocking and all that stuff, because under the allowing throttling also means that you allowing the phone to be overclocked, and you allowing you just allowing the manufacturer to not have full control over what you do to the phone. And that's one of the things that really could get you in trouble whenever you're using these devices. So another thing that you might want to look at is that Samsung knows the technology. They know what's best for their phones. So that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But now you guys got your 1 minute. So go on ahead and you can continue. You and Scott just go back and forth now. So go.
So what you gonna do when that phone lock up on you for trying to throttle it?
They should absolutely have to. They should absolutely stand by the fact that they have the pieces and the parts in the phone to do these things. They shouldn't add.
Your benchmark scores. You can still render in 8K on a Samsung phone, even while it's so-called throttling. Throttling is just it's not a bad thing.
It actually doing
I done ran computers that was throttling. What y'all got? What they didn't do anything whenever if Apple's throttle a phone, they throttling the bandwidth and stuff. So Samsung could run a great phone by letting it throttle. So throttling is good to make it so people don't destroy their phones.
Samsung don't have to worry about the two sensors either. The fact of the matter is they can actually write all the special code for the East.
But we talk about the two chips that they have, Snapdragon and Exynos. So if you are doing throttle, we writing code, so that means it's costing us more money.
Android,
because if we have open chips, so throttling just make it so we can write easier code for the two chips that we support.
All right. That was the end of the second round. All right. We're gonna start with Barry. Who do you have?
I have Savage on that one.
All right. Juan, who do you have?
This was a good round.
It was.
And this is just by like one little like bullet point that I've got here on my page. I'm going to go Savage.
All right. Wayne's Train, who do you have?
Savage as well.
That was a good round, Savage.
Yeah, it was
a really good round.
Hey.
I thought you kind of picked the tough. I know. I think you took the tough side.
The wrong side. Son of a bitch. Oh shit! Sorry.
Nice. It's
This is that kind of stuff that This is more like.
We got 3 more rounds to go. Let's not get 2 and 2.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the score stands 3-3 on our way into the third round. Remember, we have 3 more questions left. There's a total of 9 points on the board available. That being said, Third question. Let's keep going with this narrative about throttling. Let's ask the question of, should companies be more open about background tasks in their devices? Should companies be more open about background tasks in their devices? For context, Samsung, Apple, Google, every single phone manufacturer has things going on in the background of their device. My question is under the context of, should these companies be more open with their consumers about what their devices are doing in the background when they're not being used or while they are being used? So, Savage, because you won that round, will you say yes or no?
I'm gonna pass and let Scott do this one.
All right.
Oh, okay. Because I made the wrong choice last time. I see how you work. I see how you're working.
So, Scott, will you say yes or no?
I'm going to say no, they shouldn't.
Okay, so Scott's going to say no, they shouldn't. So, Savage, that means you're going to say yes, they should. So, that means, Scott, since we passed it off to you, you go first.
I guess I'm going to make this up as I go.
All right. Oh, man. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let us get started.
Okay, no, because I'm going to just say it point blank. Nobody cares. The only people that absolutely care about the background tasks or anything are the techies on Twitter, the techies on YouTube. The only people that care are the diehard people like us that actually talk about the things being in the background. You want to know how I know that? Because if you go look at the average grandmother who has an iPhone, she has approximately 4,000 apps open at any given time. The idea is nobody absolutely cares about the background tasks going on behind their iPhone or their Samsung. The average person just flat out doesn't care. Most people argue that it's the techies themselves that actually care about the background tests in these devices. That's the only people that die hard care about it. So therefore, why should a company at any given point even be open about the background tasks when most people it's going to go right over top of their head? Again, I go back to the example of Grandmama has 4,000 apps open on her phone. Do you really think she cares about what's happening in the background on her iPhone? I would bet not. And I'll stop there.
All right, Scott, you're going to leave about 25 seconds on the clock. So, Savage, are you ready for your time?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
So I'm gonna just start off by saying background. I mean, whatever you have running on in the background of your computer or your phone, because I'm looking at this as bigger than just phones. So when you have stuff running in the background, whenever the manufacturers tell you or allow you to kill these processes, that's just like how I always wanted to make it so I could to just get rid of stuff running like Samsung have 6, 7, 8, 9 different of the same apps. You got 10 different messaging apps running. So if you could kill these apps, especially the old crappy Samsung app, then that means that you don't have to worry about that being in the background. You could better choose what you have running. So another thing is whenever you have all these apps, I mean, like if you have an app locked down, then I ain't gonna talk about an app lockdown, but side loading. One of the things that allow us to side load apps is the fact that they open that SDK or that development environment so you could make an even better app. So that's why you could install Google phone app on the LG. So that also make it so you could do wonderful things like you could have the S Pen software and load it on your Stylo 7 when that comes out. So it's good things that you could do by allowing so you could know what's running, and then whenever you know what's running, that means you could reverse engineer that software.
All right, you guys got 1 minute and 30 seconds, so keep going.
I didn't even talk about the security.
I didn't even know what you're
aspect
talking
of it.
about with loaded the side loading either, when that has nothing to do with the background test. I'll be flat out honest.
Let me say,
that completely
side
lost me on that.
loading just meaning that you were able to
most people are not going to care about side loading. Most people don't
so you
actually
can
care
look
about
at the
that at all, or
process
they're
that
not going to go out and
created it,
jailbreak. They're not going to go do these things
and you could
at
go
all
back
as it relates to that
and
stuff.
side load the
Again,
app. I mean, you could develop an app that could be side loaded. So what about the security thing? What about the security aspect of it?
You looking at the comments with LB in the coach's corner?
No.
Take a good second look at LB coach's corner.
It's already in my notes, son. son.
Oh, hey, I
So,
see you working, baby.
hey,
I see you working out.
So let's look at
Nobody
it like this.
actually cares
If you
about it.
have,
The company's
if you
only going to
have,
put out the
so,
things that
so when
really
you have
care about from
when you
a
have
PR
security
perspective.
aspect of
Why
it,
should
hey,
they?
you know what?
what
I am a
has to-
savage scientist, so let me explain this
I get
security
you
to you.
I get you with
When
the savage
you
scientist.
when
Come
you
on, I
have
completely
something running in the
understand.
background
You have
that
anything
you
running
don't
in the
have any
background, but-
control of, so
but
let's
who
say they
cares
have a
about that?
rogue
Most people do not
Samsung
care
dialer
about
app
that.
running on
That's
your phone.
absolutely
You
the
can't
thing. Nobody
distinguish which one is
cares
the
about
real
those
one and
things. When
which
you
one
look
is
at an
the
iPad,
is the vulnerable
ask how
one.
many
You
people that
opening
have Chrome apps
vulnerabilities on your
open on
phone.
their
You got
computer.
you
Ask
said
how many people
your
have Chrome
grandma
apps
had
open
or
on
your
computer.
mom, somebody had
Nobody has
64
nothing. Nobody
tabs
has
opened on
64
their
tabs
phone.
open
So
on
that
their
means
phone,
that those
and it
64
still
tabs
works.
could
And it
could
still
actually have
works. Stop
access
giving it
to
up. And you
a
know what?
locked
The company
process and
didn't
make
have
it
to
so your
disclose that
phone look like it's
absolutely
running
at
something,
all.
and
They
then you
didn't have
have
to
you open
disclose
it up
any
and
of that
bam, you got
information at all because that's not
Pornhub
your
and crap
secret.
running all on your phone
I'm not
because
sure what
you
you're talking
didn't
about now with
because
7
you
seconds
didn't
left in this
because
round
you
talking
don't know
about
what's gonna
Pornhub. This is
do.
a family show, sir.
Oh
This
yeah,
is a
you know
family
what?
show.
Well, you know what? Families don't families allow side loading apps, which is done by being able to reverse engineer the app.
Oh God! But I didn't even have a drink, Mike. I just want you to know, like, I ran down here with no. I don't even have water.
I'm gonna. All right. This is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this first and foremost. It doesn't have to necessarily be an iPhone. My mama has like 30 apps open at any given time on her Android. I just wanted to throw it out there because I thought that was hilarious. All right, Wayne, who you got this time?
Peachy.
All right, Juan, who you got?
Gotta go Savage.
I will be interested to hear the reason why I'm that one later.
Yeah.
Barry, who do you have?
I went peachy.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
man, Barry, the engineer. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the score stands 5-4 in favor of thy Scott Peachy as we go into question number 4. Now, see, I'm really upset because this question was geared towards Septian, but since he's not here, we're gonna ask it anyway. Has Bluetooth audio finally matched the wired experience?
I'm listening really close on this one, guys.
look at that face. He's listening really close. All right, Savage. I'm sorry, Scott. You won that round. So, what will you say? Has Bluetooth audio finally matched the wired experience?
No.
All right. So Scott will say no, which means Savage will say yes. All right. Scott, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds if you are ready, sir.
I'm gonna let Savage go first.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So,
All right.
Scott says no. Savage, you will say yes. So, Savage, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to argue why Bluetooth audio has finally matched the wired experience. Your time will start now.
Well, Bluetooth is done came a long way. I mean, so I remember back in the day whenever you had Bluetooth. Like I'm on Bluetooth right now. Well, no, I'm not. But at the same, let's look at it like this: Bluetooth technology is much better because you don't have those loud noises. They're using better codecs on the files and stuff. So I mean, Bluetooth is also, I mean, it's faster. It's able to keep up. I mean, and then a lot of the Bluetooth devices, they are now let me see here. Oh, so they're also cheaper. Bluetooth devices are cheaper than, like, because I know Peachy is probably gonna bring up the Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi compatible all those different Bluetooth devices, but all that stuff costs money and is more expensive. Bluetooth is known technology, known data carrying technology. I mean, so if you could send a 3 gigabyte file over Bluetooth, then it can handle music, streaming services. I mean, I'm streaming music. I mean, you could stream video over Bluetooth. So, Bluetooth is really good. It's secure, and the sound is excellent, and it's and you would have to be real picky to be able to say this is Bluetooth. And I bet you $100 that the average consumer will not notice the difference. I mean, there's a reason why they're taking headphone jacks off of phones and devices today, because Bluetooth is better.
All right.
Okay.
Scott, are you ready?
Sure. Sure.
Go.
I would say one of the first things I don't have to worry about from a Bluetooth audio perspective is if it's matched the wired experience. I want to talk about the entire experience. What happens when your battery dies on your Bluetooth headphones? You don't get any more sound. You know what I don't have to worry about when I have wired headphones? That problem happening. And I know you mentioned the whole fact that people are taking off the whole 3.5 millimeter jack from their phones, but they make these little dongles and they're incredible. As a matter of fact, those dongles actually give you a better experience from an audio perspective because a lot of those dongles actually crank up the quality. So I'm getting a better quality experience over the Bluetooth. So now I don't have dead Bluetooth earbuds at all, and I have a truly wireless immersive experience. There's a reason why everybody talks about the fact that the wireless experience just has a better overall sound quality. It has not only has wireless, while it has gotten better over the years, but nothing beats the quality of wired headphones at this particular point. Now, I would love to have prepped a lot of these stats that I could back this up with, like all of the crazy kilohertz and this, that, and the other that I could definitely pimp out to Juan, but I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't know those off the top of my dome. But I do also know that from a cost perspective, while the Bluetooth headphones have gotten cheaper, they're still not nearly as cheap. A lot of the times, some of these phone manufacturers still include them in the box. And I can go out right now, go to the gas station down the street and get like a $5 pair of wireless or wired earbuds that I know is at least going to get me that from that perspective.
All right, fellas, y'all have 1 minute to do your back and forth. Your time begins now, gentlemen.
I didn't even touch on
So
the latency perspective. I didn't even touch on the latency perspective. What happens? What about
you go out down the
you
block,
got
the
wired
thing is
headphones
janking.
on right now. You have wired headphones on right now because
I
they
can pull
work
the
better.
wire out and go Bluetooth though.
But you have the
Bluetooth
wired
is
ones
just
on.
that
Why do you
good.
plug?
So-
If
so-
Bluetooth just as
so-
good, why don't you have them plugged off? Why do you not have them
because
off?
my computer
Because you
is
got
not
latency.
Bluetooth
You got that
compatible
late.
right now.
You
So
got, so you don't
let's
have a
talk
Bluetooth
about
compatible
Oh,
computer.
yeah,
so
I could go.
Oh, you could, but you don't because you
know
got a
what?
latency
That's the-
problem. You don't want that latency issue.
No,
Don't
no
watch it
latency.
now. Don't watch that
I can do
latency
both.
issue now.
Hey,
Don't
you
watch
know,
it.
you can
How much
ask
does
it.
it cost
Hey,
you? They cost you extra because you got them
$5.
wired.
So
Because I
what
can
you gonna
get you
do? That
$5
wire,
to get you lit.
this, and I'm tired. I don't almost choked myself 2 times with this wire.
But
So
I
think
you
that,
choke
you know what?
What?
So
That's
so the
some weird
Kodaks
stuff.
are
You
better
mentioned
on.
P-Hub
So
on the
what
last
about
one and
talk
talking about
about
choking
those
yourself on
Kodaks?
this one. I don't
Talk
know
about
what I'm
those
getting
Kodaks.
myself into
What
on
about
this one.
the double
What about the
AC
Kodak?
and
I
all
don't have
that
to worry
stuff?
about the
Oh, what
Kodaks
about the
at all.
data
I'm plugged
transfer
directly
rates?
in. I don't have to worry
You know,
about the data
that
transfer
headphone
rates because
jack,
I'm
that
plugged
headphone
directly in.
jack is gone. So you're gonna go to the store
No,
and spend
no, I
$5 or
still
$6
get-
on some
Oh,
headphone
man.
jack. What you gonna plug it into?
All right.
You gonna plug it into your iPhone 13 with no headphone jack?
All right. One. Who won?
I said I was here for the carnage, and that was the carnage. I got to go with Scott on this round.
All right. Barry, who do you have?
Scott.
All right. Wayne, who do you have?
Scott.
Man, I just got totaled.
No, you got one more round.
Man.
Got one more round to go.
All right.
All right.
All right.
This one
What's the
should
score?
be the score.
I got an 8-4.
Yep. Score is 8-4. So by all technical means, Scott, you have won. But we are going to continue this.
Savage is the
because-
winner here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to continue.
Yes.
this.
All right.
Savage is the true champion for
Yes,
showing up
100%.
tonight.
Which
Yeah,
means that
Scott, man, tooth and claw on your toes,
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
So
That was good. That was
Savage is
good.
going to get the first place winner regardless. He's going to get the first place prize regardless for tonight.
Hey, these
So
questions
Gigi
were-
corrected us. She said Septian is a loser.
Yeah, I saw he replied to a tweet something about a nap. That ain't my problem.
Oh Lord.
All right, so
Hey,
last question of the evening. This should be a simple one here. Should the iPhone Mini be the new iPhone SE? Very, very, very simple question, folks. Very simple question. Should the iPhone Mini be the new iPhone SE? Very, very simple question. Very, very simple question. So, should this be the new SE? All right, that is the question. Scott, you won that round. Do you want to go first and get it over?
I'm going to give it
with?
to Savage. He's the winner
All right.
tonight.
Savage. What do you say?
I'm going to say it's a great replacement.
Okay. Also, thank you for the super chat, Ivan. Salute. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right. So you said you do think that it should be the new SE.
Yes.
All right, Savage. That means you have 1 minute, 30 seconds. Let's bring this thing on home, brother, and go.
So the iPhone SE and the I mean, there's a small size difference between the two phones, and there's also, I mean, but that's about it. I mean, besides you have a better screen and all that stuff, but Apple could save a lot of money by merging these two the same way Samsung just did with the entire Note thing. So since they share processors, they share all type of other things. They share the same RAM. They share the same, you know, engineering. So just take the phones. I mean, take the cameras off the back of the SE and put it on the take the camera. So I get these two mixed up because I'm not really an Apple guy. But so if I say the wrong thing, then what I'm saying is if you take the best out of both of these devices, put it in one, Apple just saved a lot of money, and that's gonna give them more time so they can focus on research and development to get better battery life out of all these devices. They could start focusing on those folding devices. All that comes from the fact that Apple decided to merge two phones together. So I look at the fact that there's a $240 difference between the two. So that's not really a lot of money. But then really just I would also say just getting rid of getting rid of one of these phones and just going with the best one. I mean, that's basically all we're doing here. So you could call the iPhone 12 the SE, or you could call the SE the iPhone 12. Whatever you decide to call it, you're gonna save money for Apple.
All right. So before we keep going, I wanted to thank you, Scales and More, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here with us this evening. He said #Savage. I think we all can agree. #Savage.
Savage.
Replay crew that watches this stream, #Savage is what we need in the comment section. And Joseph Hardison as well. For much respect, Savage, you're doing good, sir. Represent for the AARP. So thank you, Joseph Hardison, for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, sir. All right, Scott, you ready to bring it on home, man?
So I am arguing no, they should.
Yes, you are arguing that they should not replace the
Mini
SE
with the SE.
Mini.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. If you are ready, sir, I will start your time.
Yep.
Let's do it.
No, I'm gonna take it as a different way from the Mini perspective. Sometimes the Mini is even out of the price point that people want to spend. The SE absolutely has a good price point at the cheap price point that it has. The idea is Apple is looking to get people into their ecosystem by having the cheaper SE that's out there. They have the opportunity to get more people involved in the ecosystem, more involved. They get people like myself who has young kids getting ready to get their very first cell phone. So one of the first things they can do is the quicker they can get somebody into the Apple ecosystem, the longer they're going to probably stay. So think about this from getting like a 12 or 13-year-old into the Apple ecosystem with a very cheap SE. You get them in there with the cheap SE because somebody may not want to spend the amount of money for the Mini, which still be more expensive than the SE. You get them somebody locked in from a 12-year-old, 13-year-old perspective. By the time that person gets to buy their own cell phone themselves, let's say that they're 18 or 19, they're probably fully into the Apple ecosystem from that perspective. So they absolutely should not substitute the Mini for the SE because each of them have a purpose. The Mini, the people absolutely love the fact that the Mini is a small size. The SE serves the purpose of getting somebody involved, getting that person into the Apple ecosystem so they can get their data. They make money on their data, get them hooked on the Apple products. Again, that blue button, green button thing, blue bubble, green bubble, not button, that thing too. Those people absolutely care about that stuff, especially kind of the youth of America.
All right. Gentlemen, because it's the last round, 1 minute and 30 seconds. Keep it going.
Yeah, the Mini has a purpose.
The Mini is just a waste of time. I mean, I would say
the Mini is not a waste of time.
Just by merging the two phones together, you
can't merge it because the SE serves a purpose. The Mini serves a purpose too.
You don't need the food stamp iPhone though. I mean, it's just a waste of time. I mean,
that food stamp iPhone though is really good introductory for kids who might absolutely break those phones.
So
like,
the kids, a kid could get an old iPhone 11 or something. You could save money.
Sometimes that's still going to be even more. That's going to be even more money than a brand new SE. From as a parent's perspective, the SE is a much better value when I can go out.
I mean, look at that nasty camera on the back of it. I mean,
it's not a nasty camera. It's still an iPhone. It still takes great photos. Sometimes people might absolutely need it from a handicap perspective, that accessibility button perspective.
It's not that much that you could.
It is a lot of money for people out there like that.
This thing is. I mean, the iPhone 12 also has OLED display. So
I thought we were talking about the Mini.
Oh well, you know what? The merged one has an OLED display. Because what I'm talking about is getting rid of only one phone.
You and Apple's development stuff? What's going on?
Hey, I looked this stuff up.
What kind of shenanery is this?
So yeah,
what kind of shenanery is this, Savage?
Yeah, so we're gonna create a brand new phone because you're
not gonna. Apple doesn't need to save money. They're a $1 trillion company. They don't need to save money. They're a $1 trillion company.
Hey, $1
trillion.
Still gotta make money. So if
they're making
gonna lose money with all them different
They're a $1 trillion company.
Hey, LG is a $1 trillion company. What they do?
All right.
You won, Scott.
No, you got nothing but love for you, Savage.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
Nothing but love for you, Savage.
Go ahead and round it out, Barry. What do you have for this?
So on that one, the gateway drug, which will be the SE, great ecosystem. Savage, you even I was trying to get you to correct it but you kept wanting to say merge, where you're supposed to stand on the Mini. So that's the reason why I had to go with Scott.
All right.
Yeah.
And Wayne.
So there's like always two sides of the argument. No,
yes.
Peachy. I got you.
Oh man. All right. And Juan, who you got?
Gotta go, Scott.
All right. Now, before I let the judges do their little spiel about why they gave what they gave, because we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here in about 10 minutes, so we can get ready for digital slang streaming.
Oh my Lord, no!
This one, yes. This is why I like when Juan judges, because Juan has those. But
calculations and stuff over there.
So Scott,
yes, sir.
Although by points you are the winner tonight, obviously everyone agrees with me by saying
everybody's Savage.
You are the winner tonight. First and foremost, thank you for showing up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And considering you did really well. You
did damn good too.
Yeah,
thank you for showing up. And also thank you for not wasting my time by showing up, because that part right there, because I'm gonna tell you that So also now that we are at the end of it, I can announce the prizes for these two guys, because Scott, even though you're still gonna get a prize, Savage, courtesy of one El Jefe Reviews, you are going to receive a $100 Amazon gift card.
Hell yes, dude. That's awesome.
Almost cursed just now.
Hey.
So you will receive
a
Amazon gift card.
Gangster
and
stuff.
Scott,
double gangster.
And Scott, you're going to get a $50 one.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah. Scott,
all right.
Yeah, all right.
Scott's like, I'm glad I got up for this.
Look, I had to get dressed.
And what I'm about to do is I'm about to super chat $25 so we both could have 75.
Oh man.
I'm about to equalize it. Yes. Yeah. Let me see. Where is the super
appreciate
chat?
you, Mims, for the $20 super chat, sir. Thank you. I know that came from your Pro Max, so I appreciate that. Apple had to get that penny. All right, so judges, if you guys want to, I know you guys probably have a lot of notes or have a lot of thoughts, but like I said, if we want to keep it to about, maybe another 5 to 10 minutes or so, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. So Juan, I'll start with you. If you want to just
for
your list.
So again, Scott, jumping in on your toes, some great rebuttals, and Savage, I could tell you had done a lot of prep. So these rounds were all we're mostly closer than they were distanced. On our very first question, talking about cameras versus batteries, there was one moment in the back and forth, Savage, where you took one of Scott's points, let him have it, and then agreed with him, then tried to backtrack and change the subject. And it was just that little bit of a nudge where I think many people would say battery over time is probably more important than camera, but there were too many of these little non sequiturs that you let Scott kind of work in other arguments. So it was really more of a technicality in agreeing with your opponent than anything else. In getting into the throttling or no throttling, Savage, I thought you did a much better job. You like to take us on these little journeys, well, and we see this and back in the day, and then you can get here. Yeah. But you did actually tie back to your main argument better than Scott did.
Yep.
And when it and when it comes to those kinds of arguments, I mean, like, I feel it's really important to kind of clarify what it is that the position really is. I gave Savage the nod on question 3, and Savage, and I don't think you got enough credit for this one, you picked apart one of Scott's core arguments, but again, I think you kind of sideways, you kind of rambled around it, where Scott was saying no one cares but techies.
Yes.
So that's actually a critical misstep from Scott, because that means someone cares about a problem like apps running in the background. And in your back and forth, I think Scott was doing a better job of just talking over you, but you started talking about people like developers who would care about having that kind of information on what apps are doing in the background. I thought you brilliantly supported your argument. I think you took longer. You took us on more of a journey to get there, and we might have lost the thread. That's why I gave you the point on question 3. Question 4, I think both of you guys missed that we're talking about matching the experience with wired audio. You started talking about other things, and I know, Scott, you were trying to impress me with some chat about quality and latency and stuff like that. But the question already presumes that wired audio is better and has Bluetooth matched it, and I don't think either of you focused on that word. No.
Yeah, I tried with that one out, because that's why I kept talking about the codec and all that stuff.
Yeah, but you said better codecs, and what I was hoping for, since you already had the questions, was that you went out and saw that they can do lossless over Bluetooth now, but it's CD quality, right? So it's not all the way audiophile.
Yeah.
So it's not all the way audiophile level of bit rates that they're able to pass through.
And you two were calling each other out, but the wired cabled audio nerd sitting right in front of you on this stream is wearing some Bluetooth earbuds. So I feel you missed a grand opportunity to call someone out.
I was looking at somebody had, because then he got me, because I did I am wired right now. Yeah, my computer is Bluetooth capable, but if I was to say that, then that would actually weaken my argument.
Yeah, but then getting into the last question, and I think, Barry, you kind of nailed it too when we were just on our way out. The question is very specific about what phone replacing what phone. And Savage, I think you just got a little too caught up in a different question, in sort of an alternate universe where the question is, should Apple merge these devices instead of talking about one replacing the other? And really, I think
was just looking at it.
You took yourself on a detour there that I think just kind of weakened your argument.
Yeah, I know I messed that one up, because I was just looking at, hey, if you replacing one phone with another one, it's kind of like, I don't know, I was looking at it more like that, like what Samsung did.
I mean, I think it gave Scott kind of a perfect spot. And you made one argument where you said $240 price difference isn't that much money, which basically opened this enormous door for Scott to come in and be like, but it is.
So these questions were optimized for Septian, though.
So,
I mean, again, but on your toes, sort of reframing who you were debating against and what you felt like some of the talking. It's just like, fight science. It's like, MMA. You think you're going in against a grappler, and then you end up going up against a striker. So I thought you handled yourself really well. Scott, you handled yourself amazingly for jumping in on this. I could not have had more fun listening to you guys duke it out.
Yeah.
So I want to go on ahead and say something, and then we're gonna go on ahead and wrap it up. And Wayne, I'll let you guys do yours as well. But I want to say this real quick, because I'm reading in the chat, and I'm also seeing it for myself. I truly appreciate Savage. I'm gonna tell you straight up, man to man. I truly appreciate you actually coming tonight, and Scott, you as well for coming in and saving the day, because I could have been hanging out with my daughter tonight, right? I could have been hanging out with my child. I sat here, did some graphics and stuff tonight to get ready for this, and I'm seeing that a certain someone is basically already saying that they weren't committed to this. So
What?
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pissed off, but we gonna keep it classy and we'll talk about it after stream. But yeah, to that person, don't waste my time again. To that person, don't waste my time again. He almost took me out of character for a second. Don't waste my time. Seriously, we're here to have a good time. We're here to enjoy ourselves and have a good conversation, good debate. Hopefully, people learn something. But everyone here could have been doing something else tonight. But we all chose to be here tonight. So yeah, like I said, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Savage, you are definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna let Barry go ahead and give his reasons because
just to recap, so Juan kind of talked about what I said with question 5 about you're making it a merge of you didn't really answer the question the way it was supposed to, and on 3 and 4 I'm gonna be harder on you because you're a scientist and I'm an engineer, right? So like I really wanted you to say where they were with the codex instead of just you saying better codex, faster. I need more detail from you, right? And then you were on the way there with the SDK side load, but I needed more. I needed you to expand. So, and it's something that I kind of mentioned on the stream on Friday, I think, where you can say a thing like that's mic drop moments, like, why are people still tied to the iPhone? iMessage. There's some mic drop. You didn't have a mic drop moment for a scientist there, right? So let's see. On 2, should Samsung allow? So on this one, I thought Peachy took the wrong side of the argument, right?
You sure did.
Yeah. So
sure did.
and it was funny because it was almost like, I'm not saying he did this, but it was almost like, powerful chips, Pixel 6 Pro, and all the, but why are they throwing? Like he was having an internal battle. So I thought you, even having said that, I thought you did a great job of talking about how you wanted full control of your device and all this stuff. So you had a good argument, even though he had the wrong side of that argument, right? And then, which is more important on the phone, camera or battery? I thought you were kind of getting there, but like again, you agreed, right? And you brought up a couple of things that kind of opened the door for Scott, so like the fast charging thing, it was just like he was able to pounce on it, so it's like, and you could expand it to say that's why it's important that we had to do fast charge or something like that. You kind of just said fast charging and you walked away. So that was my thoughts.
Yeah, fast charging was not the battery. Again, it's adjacent, but it like Scott tooth and claw latched right onto that.
Let me take that round.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, I ain't got too much because I'm terrible at taking notes, but I will say yes, Peachy definitely was good with the like the off the dome rebuttals and stuff like that. But I think Savage, like, you shouldn't have probably gave him like that round in was it the third question? I think it was. Okay. Like I think if you had took that one, you probably could have.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
A little bit different.
Yes.
Because you were coming off of the second momentum, question, and you could have built onto the third one. And then on the I think who was it? Juan said with the which one was it? The last question, the merge, I guess was his the thing that you were saying that was wrong or whatever. Oh no, not that one, not that question. Which one was it? The one about the experience. Yeah, the Bluetooth audio thing. Yeah, I think y'all should have been more focused on the experience word because there's so many different experiences. It's not just quality. I think y'all were talking too much about quality, and you could have talked about convenience and other stuff like that. So
that's a good point.
But yeah, wait. I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of you, boy.
What up?
I'm proud of you for that because that kind of went over my head, and I'm the one that made the damn question.
that was
good. I mean, I always say it's like there's literally one word. Yeah. But I mean, you miss one word in that question, and you assume what the question means, and you're just gonna get rolled.
That's what I was trying to judge off of that. A little bit of technicalities and stuff like that.
Hey man, I'm again, to echo what Mike said, Peachy.
That was a good,
unbelievable, great job, and then
there.
Hey,
Savage, great job.
So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Again, Savage, you have a $100 Amazon gift card coming your way. Scott, you have a $50 Amazon gift card. Savage, because you donated $25 to the channel, I will match your $25 so that Scott gets his $75. So Scott, you'll get 2 gift cards, one from Hefe, one from me. So yeah,
I appreciate you guys.
So yeah, so and if anything, if I could, I'd buy you a drink, but we'll have to save that for when we get a chance to meet up. But
hell yeah, man,
folks, obviously thank you guys. Like I said, man, yeah, I'm raising my water glass to everybody here tonight. Digital Slang will be streaming shortly after us, so make sure you guys check out Digital Slang. I will have the description updated shortly after the stream ends, so everybody can just click the links in the description. If one of the mods would love to put the link for his stream or for his channel in the description, or in the chat, so that everybody knows where to go. We're going to go ahead and close this thing on out. As always, thank you guys for joining us for another Saturday Night Tech Fight. Shout out to my judges, Wayne making his first appearance and doing the damn thing, Barry for being in, Juan for always coming in, and of course Scott for saving the day. And last but not least, to this true savage gangster right here.
Yes, sir.
This true savage gangster, man. If I see anybody talking bad on Savage name, you got to deal with me now. So shout out to you, Savage. There it is, Savage. There it is. Hold that belt up, man. Hold that belt up again.
All right. Hey, I might be having to send this to Peach.
Hey, nah, you keep that.
No. You earned that one, buddy.
Savage, hold that up. We're gonna go out on that note. Folks.
Hey, I want you to hold that up. I want to thank everybody who supported me too. I've been checking the comments too, and salute for y'all.
That's how we gonna end it right there, folks.
This is for Septon. He could have had this, but he lost.
We gonna end it there, folks. Thank you for being here this evening. Savage Scientist, the winner of the Saturday Night Tech Fight. We'll catch y'all on the next Tech Fight, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.